Hi mina! Emuri-dayon! I'm Emuri, the otaku violinist VTuber, here to share my passions with you! As some of you may know, I recently got a 3D model and have been working on getting a full body tracking setup. I, alongside the rest of the Dreamers group, were able to receive some super cool tracking gear from our generous sponsors. And in this video, I will be showcasing the UDCAP VR gloves from UDEXREAL. Now, one of the most distinct things that stands out to me when comparing live 2D VTuber technology to 3D is hand tracking. Even when just streaming from the waist up, hand and finger tracking can add a whole new level of expressiveness to your model. Don't get me wrong, programs like VTube Studio do have finger tracking capabilities for live 2D, but from what I know, it's only via webcam, and it's not as accurate as using motion tracking gloves. I also want to say I consider myself a beginner when it comes to 3D and VR. So for me, one of the most important factors is how easy something is to use from a beginner's perspective. I am also reviewing the product from a VTuber and streaming perspective since I do not really play games like VR chat. And I can confidently say that the UDCAP VR gloves check both boxes. The gloves are very comfortable while providing easy setup and high quality hand and finger tracking for 3D VTuber models. Let me show you guys the contents of the box. Admittedly, I got too excited when I first received the gloves and forgot to take a video when opening the box initially. So just a heads up, when you initially open the box, components will be packaged neatly in individual bags and whatnot. But here I've already taken out and put together some things. My first impression before even opening was, wow, this box looks fancy! Inside I found a very nice and sturdy case with the gloves inside. I appreciate cases like this that offer neat storage for the gear and all its accessories. I'm going to list everything that the package comes with here on the side. Travel case, quick start guide, safety and regulatory guide, 2 UDCAP VR gloves, 2 dongles, 2 dongle cradles, 2 USB cables, 2 charging cables, 2 Type-C cables, 2 control modules, 2 tracker adapters, 2 liner gloves, and 2 strap bands. Now, let's take a look at the gloves. The gloves are incredibly thin. I'll admit, when I was first offered these gloves, I was worried about how stuffy or restricting they might potentially feel because my whole hands will be covered. My streaming room also gets quite hot. However, the actual gloves blew my expectations out of the water. They're so thin, the material keeps cool, and they don't feel restricting at all. My hands feel super comfortable wearing these. They're also very stretchy. The gloves also come in different sizes, S, M, L, XL, and XXL, so you can choose a size that suits you best. I'm a petite woman and I'm wearing an S. The gloves are very light because there's no heavy or bulky dongles attached. There is this joystick button that attaches to the index finger via Velcro, and I assume this is something that can be used in VR chat and games. I haven't found a use case for it yet, and if you don't need it, I believe you can still use the gloves without. Setup was incredibly easy. There's a quick start guide manual included, and you just need to download the software. The software is easy to navigate and calibration is simple. Once calibrated, it was easy to connect the gloves to Waterdo for tracking through VMC protocol and use it in combination with my other tracking gear. This is me using the gloves alongside RevoCap for full body tracking and iFacial mocap for face tracking. It's so much fun getting to do all sorts of poses with my hands. I will definitely be getting a lot of use out of these in my future streams. One extra thing I do want to note, as someone who plays an instrument, the violin, these gloves cannot really be used with instruments. This wasn't what I wanted to use the gloves for anyways, but I just wanted to mention since my audience might have been curious. Sure, the gloves are comfortable to wear, but because the fingers are fully covered, that would interfere with when my fingers touch the strings. However, it might be possible to just record the motions of playing the violin in the future, even if I can't produce good sound at the same time. And by combining recorded audio and recorded motions in post-processing, maybe I'll be able to play the violin in 3D using the gloves, even if it's not live. So I definitely want to try that out. Once again, I did receive this product for free from UDEXREAL in exchange for my review. Thank you so much to UDEXREAL for being so generous, as 3D tracking gear is not cheap and can quickly add up. Now let's talk about the price. These gloves can cost anywhere between $529 to $699 USD depending on if there's a sale going on. That is not a small sum of money, at least in my book. For a 3D newcomer, it can be hard to justify the cost. However, as far as I know, 3D/VR finger tracking glove technology is still quite niche, and UDCAP gloves do provide a product that anyone can use easily at home with reliable and accurate tracking. Yes, you can use a webcam to track hands and fingers as well, but the moment your hands leave the camera frame or in a blind spot, tracking is lost. This can be quite frustrating. The UDCAP gloves pretty much solve that. Plus, they come with a built-in controller that's handy for certain applications like VR games. For the technology that the gloves provide, I think that the cost is pretty reasonable. So if that's something you're interested in, please feel free to check out the gloves via my purchase link below in the description. Thanks for watching! Bye bye for now!